Okay. Okay, we are good. So let's start our class right now. Well, for today, I hope your days and yesterday and today were good days for you. For today, we are going to work on Unit 2 or Lesson 2, and it is about relationships. I have some objectives for this class. We have some discussions and we have questions to answer and many other things about vocabulary. So let's start stating our objectives of this class. So in this class, we're going to discuss about personality. We're going to talk about physical appearance. We're going to talk about when we describe our preferences on people, what do we prefer? And the biggest topic we are going to work on today, it's about relationships, kinds of relationships, the complexity of relationships, which is better. You have to, in a moment of the class, you are going to discuss with the other mate, as Christian suggests last class. So you have to describe, or maybe you have to compare or discuss differences. For example, in the first part, I have Daniela and Christian, for example, and they have to discuss about, for example, Daniela says what are the advantages or the good things about being single, and Christian is going to discuss what are the advantages of being married and which is better, being single or being married. For example, this is going to be our first discussion. Then I'm going to pick up maybe Christian and Santos to discuss which is better, if living with pets or living with family, and what are the advantages. So you have to choose one of the topics. And Carlos and Alejandra, maybe if Alejandra comes, and if okay, so living with friends, and the other person is going to discuss about the advantages of living alone. So which is better, living with friends or living alone? So you have to discuss for a short time about your topics. Well, we have to start. So have you checked your topics on Unit 2 on the ebook? Maybe one of you? What about you? Carlos, I know Carlos, no, he hasn't checked. He hasn't checked the topics on relationship. But what about Christian, Daniela, Santos? Have you checked on your ebooks the topic about relationships or not yet?
Yes, teacher.
In my case,
Christian. No. Okay, Danny, no. What about Santos?
I not see the topics.
Okay, because today we're going to discuss this vocabulary about relationships. So let's go and let's learn about this topic. Okay, so when we talk about relationships, we can say we have several kinds of relationships. Christian, what is the name of this kind of relationships that we can have?
Teacher, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand about what? About relationship?
Yes, we're going to talk about relationships. And the first thing we're going to do is to describe the kind of relationships that we have with other people. For example, a kind or a name for a relationship can be girlfriend, if I have a girlfriend, or if I have a boyfriend, or my wife, or my husband, or my ex-girlfriend, or my ex-boyfriend, or maybe if we have partners, or if you are seeing another person. So what kind of relationships you know?
Yes, I think all of them about fiancé, fiancée, about engagement, and you know, ex, wife. You know, there is a lot of relationships, and yeah, that's it, teacher.
Okay, I want to remember you some kinds of relationships. So it could be a significant other. When you have a
Yes.
significant other, that's on the vocabulary on this unit 2. So this can be maybe a new word for you. When you have a significant other, I'm going to write it.
Yes, teacher. A significant other, I know
Yes.
what does it mean.
Okay, what is a significant other?
It's when you know, some couples maybe don't have a relationship or don't have the name like okay, this is my girlfriend or this is my boyfriend. It's like an informal relationship. It doesn't have a name, you know. So it's something that okay, when you can ask some people about okay, what about that relationship that you had with the man? So okay, he's my significant other. Well, we don't have a name and we don't have an engage. So we are only hanging together. Something like that.
Okay, very good. Yes, that's it. A significant other is the person is significant for you, but is not formal, your boyfriend or your husband or your wife or your girlfriend. That's right. Okay, another kind of relationship could be a partner. And nowadays, when you say my partner is like your couple, your mate, your yes, and it's used for homosexual. When you are with homosexual people, they always say it's my partner and it's my partner, and some that could be okay. What about a fiance? What is a fiance? What do you think, Danny? It could be a fiance. What is that? Do you have idea?
No, I had no idea.
Okay,
I don't
Santos, do
know.
you have idea? Do you have idea about what is a fiance?
Fiancé is when you you are you are ready
Yes.
for married, but no,
Yes.
it's not married.
Yes, you are engaged. Okay. So when you are engaged, look. So when you are engaged, that means you have a ring. The women have a ring. They are engaged, and it's your fiance. Okay. Okay. And everybody knows about this. My ex-husband, my ex-wife, my ex-boyfriend, my ex-girlfriend, all those you know the meaning about those. Yes, fiancé, Carlos, very good. Okay. About this vocabulary, I have to talk some adjectives that we use to describe these people. For example, if I ask you about your ex-girlfriend or about your ex-boyfriend, what could you say about this person? Can you describe that person in how is he or how is she in his or her personality? And can you describe this person, his or her appearance? Because when you describe a person, you can describe them by personality or appearance. Are you related or do you know vocabulary about how to describe these people? Yes or no? Come on, guys. Hey, guys, do you hear?
Repeat the question, please.
Okay, Santos, for example, when I ask you about, maybe I'm asking you about, are you married? No? Yes or no?
No.
No, but you have
I have a significant other.
very good. If I ask you about, hey, please, Santos, describe me your significant other, you can describe her and her personality and her appearance. Do you know vocabulary to describe this person?
My vocabulary for describe is poor. Is
Okay, today we're going to work on that. Danny, my my question, the same question for you. Do you know vocabulary about how to describe, Danny, sorry about this question, but do you have a boyfriend or do you have a significant other in your life?
In this moment that I am single, but for example, about my ex-boyfriend, I think he is reserved, serious, very responsible about his personality and about his physical. Yes,
Yes,
he's
physical
short of
appearance.
exactly. He's short of stature. He's thin. His skin is white. Yes, it's white. I don't know. His eyes are. How do you say? Gracias, me fue la palabra. I don't know.
Okay.
No more. I forgot the idea.
Okay, no, but it's okay. You describe a little bit of his personality and his appearance. Very good. What about you, Christian? Are you related with this vocabulary? It's easy for you to describe people in personality and appearance?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Can you talk to us about your wife, for example? Are you married, right? Yes.
Yes, I'm married. Okay.
Okay. Can you describe your wife for us in personality and appearance?
Okay. Okay. First of all, and her name is Idali, and you know she's very short, um, and she's a little chubby, but she has a beautiful face. You know, for the reason that's the reason that I crossed her. And what else about her personality? She's very organized. You know, she's very tidy. She's a little boxy. Yes, because you know she's very fan of you know to be all clean, everything. She's very organized of that. Maybe I'm not, but we can you know in.
Yes.
What else? And that's it, teacher. I think.
Okay, and last one intervention, Carlos. Let's talk about your wife or your ex-wife or your girlfriend. Are you married, Carlos? I don't remember that information. Are you married?
Yes, teacher, I am married.
Okay, let's talk about your wife. How is your wife like?
My wife is high. It's like me. It's very high.
It's tall.
Yes, tall.
It's tall because high is used more for a mountain or a building, but for people you can say tall or short.
Okay, my wife is tall. She's very organized. She like study, like me. Right now she decorate the party. This is her job.
Very good. Good job.
She's honest. One more, I don't know.
Okay, honest. Okay, today the idea is that we can learn another words and more vocabulary to describe people that we know and people that are with us in our relationships. Okay, so let's go with some of the negative adjectives that we can use for these people that we know. So I'm going to tell you some of the adjectives, and if you don't understand, you can ask about their meaning, okay? So pay attention. Our first negative adjective we can use for people, or to maybe if we are not very good with a person and we want to say things that are not very positive about this person. So you can say, for example, in negative adjectives, for people that is shy, okay? If you don't know some of the words, you can ask, you can use the chat, or maybe you can speak to to make the question. So we have some negative adjectives to describe people, like shy, like bossy. I wrote bossy. What does Christian says? Teacher, my wife heard that okay, Christian, very good. You have to sleep today on the couch. Okay. So when a person is shy or is bossy or is nosy, or maybe when is impossible to please, these are some of the words that you can find in your ebook. Or when someone is mean, or when someone is cold, or when someone is stingy or miserly. Do you know these verbs? Do you know these adjectives? Do you know the meaning of these adjectives? This is shy. For example, Santos David says shy. Do you know what is shy, Santos?
It's also
Yes, can you explain us?
for speaking, I shy.
Ah, that's a good example. Very good. For the speaking, you are very shy. Okay, very good. And what about bossy? Who knows what is bossy, Christian? You used that word, bossy. So what does it mean? No, please use English.
Okay.
Yes. I can't hear you. Carlos Sanchez says tacaña. Okay.
Is like a strict person.
What is bossy, Danny? Yes, like a strict person?
Something like that.
When you say bossy, look, the word is B-O-S-S. What does it mean, the boss? Who is your boss?
Teacher, that she makes order to you every day, everything.
Yes, Carlos, that is mandón, bossy. He's your boss, or she's your boss, or he's your boss, and tells what you have to do all the time. That's a bossy person. Okay, what about impossible to please? What is a person when she is impossible, or when he is impossible to please?
Impossible what, teacher?
Impossible to please.
Right.
Please. Yes, impossible to please. For example, if I say, no, Santos is impossible to please, what does it mean?
Okay, I understand. For example, it's a pain in the neck.
Maybe, yeah.
Is an impatient person? Maybe
impatient, maybe. Okay, I'm going to write the words impossible to please. Okay, can you see? When someone is impossible to please? No? Okay, very good. When you say someone is impossible to please, yes, she or he doesn't like anything. It's impossible to please that person. Es imposible complacer esa persona. It's a little bit complicated. Yes, difficult. That's right. Difficult, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, very good. Let's go with mean. Yes. When you say mean, that mean has like 3 meanings. Mean means stingy. When you are like you say tacaño. Yes, very good. When you say someone is very mean, that means it's tacaño, is miserable or miserly, and is like a bad person. Okay, very good. And when you say that for example, if I say my ex-boyfriend was very cold, what does it mean a person is cold?
It's cold. It's near to ice.
Yes, what does it mean?
It's
Yes. When someone is cold, what does it mean to be cold?
it's simple.
It's simple. Yes. What else? Carlos, what do you think
I think the
about
people
defines?
is he doesn't like to go to the party, for example, or
Mm.
he or no he doesn't like to find funny.
Yes, could be. What do you think, Danny, about a cold person?
Yes, I think it's not funny, it's not happy, it's a very serious person,
Mhm.
like amargado, I don't know.
Yes. Yes, cold, frío, realmente como not very affectionate. Okay, very good. So we have another 4. When you say someone is talkative, that means he or she talks all the time. When someone is quiet, do you understand when someone is quiet about his personality? When I said, and when someone is distant. Distant is a word very similar to Spanish. When someone is distant, okay, yes. And stubborn. What does it mean to be stubborn?
Write me, please.
Yes. What does it mean to be stubborn? Do you know that word?
I don't have idea.
Okay, maybe Danny?
I don't know. It's like when the person is very focused or something. Focus?
It's
Similar?
focused on something? Good
Yes,
idea.
for example, he or she has a lot of concentration for a lot of things. I don't know. For example, for the job, this study, other things. Yes, is it good?
Yeah,
Or
it's an
so.
idea. It's a good idea. Yes,
Okay.
that's it. That's good. What about Christian? Christian says his dad is very stubborn. What does it mean?
Teacher. Okay. Stubborn is when some people when you say, okay, do this because you can do very well with this, and they do the opposite. So you know, those
Yes,
this very stubborn.
he's very stubborn. You say, hey, please do this and do this way, and they don't. They don't.
Exactly.
Avi, yes. Okay, what about Carlos? Carlos, what is stubborn? Your idea about to be stubborn.
People thinking about all the time has the
The reason.
idea, the reason, yeah.
Yes, people who think they
Putting
have always the reason. I have the reason. Yes, I'm right, and you're wrong. That's a stubborn person. And in Spanish, you usually says terco. Okay, stubborn is like terco. All right. Very good. Let's continue with some positive adjectives because we have talked about negative ones. Let's see how many positive adjectives do you know to describe a person? Let's imagine a person you admire or a person you love and tell me some good things about that person. He or she is friendly, or what positive adjectives do you know to describe a person? For example, if you think about your mom or about your dad or about your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your significant other, and these qualities, these good things she or he has, what are those positive adjectives that you can use to describe a person? How many do you have?
My wife is kind. Is she's a happy person.
Okay.
Is so many things.
Okay, so Santos isn't going to sleep in the couch today, like Christian. Very good, Santos. Okay.
I'm going to sleep with my wife.
Yes, very good. Not like Christian. Okay, Danny, can you describe a person you love or a person that it's important for you? What are those positive adjectives you can use to describe that person? How many can you use?
Okay, for example, the person I love, I admire is my grandmother because
Yes.
she is very strong. She is proud, has a difficult character, but is a very good person, and she is generous. She likes to help people. That's why this is the reason for I love. Is the person most important in my life, my grandmother.
Very good, very nice, excellent. What about you, Christian?
Teacher, yes, I have a lot of, maybe kind, friendly, lovely, and generous, will be organized, sharing, what else? I think that's it.
Okay.
Those came in my mind.
Okay, yes. And you, Carlos, think about a person you love and tell me some positive adjectives you can use to describe that person.
Teacher, for example, not exactly my wife. For example, my mother.
Yes.
My wife is very organized. She's a correct person. She's honest. She's smart. She like to do, for example, everything is like to do correct.
Very good.
No more.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm writing you about royalty and faithful. Very good. Lealtad. Very good. What about honest? Remember that the word or the adjective honest is with a silent H. You don't say honest like in hotel or house. The word honest, the H doesn't sound. You say honest, okay? Or maybe honesty with the, like in house or hotel, but you say honest. The H doesn't sound. Honest. Okay, very good. Carlos says okay. Very good. Well, I'm going to go to other part of the class and you're going to discuss. So I'm going to ask you a question for each one of you. My first question is for Daniela. Dani, what is the most important relationship you've ever had?
Okay. My relationship most important, I believe, is with my grandmother because all of my life, always, I live with her. In this moment, I live with her. She's like my mother. That's why I love her. Yes.
Okay. So
It's when
that is the most important.
I have a question. The question is with family or the relation is with other people or wherever?
That is a very good question, Danny, because when we talk about relationships, we can talk about relationships with friends, relationships with family, relationships with other people. Yes, when you talk about relationships, you can talk about the relationship you have with your mother, with your father, with your relatives, with your family, with your friends, with everyone. Yes, it's valid.
Okay.
It's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Danny. My second question for Carlos. Carlos, which is better, to be married or to be single?
To be alone or married?
Now, the question is, to be single is better or to be married is better? Not exactly. Single is not exactly alone. Single is not married. But can you say which is better for you, to be married or to be single, not married?
Depends the situation, teacher. For example, when I was single, I like to go. Uh, I can go for wherever I go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have. I don't.
Okay.
I didn't need alone. I didn't exactly. I didn't need permission.
No, it's okay. But for you, your opinion, I can understand where you, sorry, when you were single, you could do other things that now you can't do.
I
That's the
can.
idea?
Yes. When I was single, I
Yes,
I
this is the simple past. Very good.
when I was single, I can do everything. Well, I had
Yes.
when right now I am married. I didn't go. I didn't to do. I can't do anything. For example, go alone uh, with my friend with the party
Mm-hmm.
with the party or enjoy food. Go to the stadium alone. I I have to go with my wife or my children.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very good.
I prefer to be alone when I have to be alone in your house on your own. You have to the how do you say I forget
Come on. Don't worry, say it in Spanish.
a consejo.
So that's a suggestion or how do you say consejo? It's like a suggestion, but I don't remember right now. I'm going to consejo.
Advice.
Advice, yes, of course. Run to the
Advice.
dictionary, run into the
Thank
dictionary.
you,
This is
Mr.
an
Santos.
advice.
When I have
Very good.
when do you need advice, for example, you have to do something you have to do for example, I don't know, when you have a problem in your life, you need advice. For example, oh my God, I have advice. Maybe your wife hair.
Okay. Very good. And my next question is for Santos. Santos, important relationship that you've had?
Should I don't hear you?
Listo. Listo, right. Okay, let's go. What is the most important relationship you've ever had?
My most important relationship is the relationship with my mother and with my doctor.
Okay. Why is it important for you?
It's difficult. I would say with my mother for that
Maybe with
she
your
gave
mother.
me
Let's. Yes.
she gave me a life,
Yes.
and
Okay.
but with my doctor also it's important because I am your protector. Uh,
Okay.
she and I sharing great moments day after day.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Okay. Okay. And finally, with Christian. Christian, ready for your question? Christian, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Christian. My question for you is, which is better, to be married or to be single? Which is better? That I know you wrote that's a hard question, but what do you think? Which is better, to be married or to be single?
And to be honest, teacher, I prefer to be married. Really.
What's
Why?
the reason? Yes.
Because when I was alone, when I was single, I didn't have good relationship with other women. And even I spent a lot of money and
Mhm.
invite her to cinema, to drink something, to hang out with those girls. And now I'm married, I'm building my future with my wife, my daughter, so I can save more money to maybe to buy a house, to buy, my motorcycle, my car. So I'm building with her. So it's better because we can share about our dreams and maybe we can reach it, together.
Together, yes. Very good, Christian. Thank you for share. Okay, that's different points of views that we have about our relationships and which is better for us, or the most important relationships that we can have, family, not with friends, or okay. Well, I'm going to do this part of the class when you have to discuss each other as Christian suggests last class, because this is very good. Discussing about relationships, maybe you can have some advantages or you can think about some things that you are more like, I like this more than this, and I'm going to put you some of the topics we are going to talk about. For example, I'm going to start with, well, let's see about Santos. Okay. Santos and Christian have to discuss and defend two positions. Christian is going to defend his position about it's better to live with family. And you're going to give reasons and you're going to say your arguments that you have, and you're going to defend your position about living with family. And you're going to say why it's better to live with your family, but that was Santos, right? And Christian is, no, sorry. I was like, Santos is good. No,
I'm single.
Okay. Okay, but you're going to discuss or you're going to present your arguments about that it's better to live with pets. So we have two, living with pets and living with family. And you're going to define so who is going to talk about it's better to live with pets and us about it's better to live with your family. So you can, Christian, Santos, what are you going to choose to speak about what? Living with pets? Are you going to define living with pets or living with family?
Okay, I prefer living with pets.
Okay, so you're going to defend your position and you're going to talk you, Christian, and you, each other. Christian can ask you questions about what do you think about living with family, and he's going. Christian, do you understand?
Yes, yes, Christian. You
Am I
you
going to
may
defend
defend this position.
about live with the family? I'm gonna defend it, teacher. I'm gonna defend it.
Christian, you're going to defend living with family or living with pets?
What do
And
you prefer?
live with the family.
Living with family. And Santos, what do you want to do? Please.
I prefer live with pets. For the pets are most loyalty.
Okay, very good. So, but now you're going to start your discussion and you're going to start defending your position and you're going to discuss for 1 minute, okay? You have 1 minute to discuss and defend your positions. Are you ready, Christian? Think about what are you going to say or defend your position about living with your family. It's better than live with pets. And Santos is going to defend his position about, no, it's better to live with pets. And you're going to give your reasons and you're going to defend. And we have 1 minute to talk and defend your positions, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
Are you ready?
I will try.
Okay, yes, of course, we will try to do it the best possible. Okay, let's go. Start.
Okay. Hello, Santos. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Okay, Santos. And you know, for what reason are you saying that it's better to live with pets? Give me some reasons, please.
The pets are nice, and living with pets is more cheaper than living with family. The pets work on you in any times, and the pets are most clean, and I would say the pets are most loyalty with me, and its animals are are good with the environment, with the other persons, and are most protector, protect my home.
Okay.
Okay, Christian, you have 1 minute to defend your position. Why do you think it's better to live with your family instead of living with pets?
Okay. I'm disagree with some words that you say, and other one I'm agree. But you know, it's better to live. You say about their need, but I think you know all the time you have to work and take a walk, you know, and maybe you have to pick up the poop, and maybe they piss off all the walls, you know, and they smell because maybe some pets in the furniture they sit in the furniture, maybe it could be smell so bad, and they are very furry, you know, so maybe they can put some fur in the furniture, you know. For that reason, I don't agree with you with that. I think it's better to have a relationship because maybe your pet or something, maybe you can make the love with your wife or something like that, you know. And maybe you can have more relationship, you can reach some dreams together with your wife, you know, and the relationship about the daughter your daughter, you know, maybe you can kisses, biting some candies, share with her, maybe playing with her. You know, it's so different because you can see your daughter growing up, you know, and you can see some sets about her, you know, they're when they're growing up, when you see in the high school, when she wants to be, I don't know, any career, you know. So it's very important for it's a relationship that never change. For example, for I will never change my relationship with my wife and my daughter for a pet. You know, it's so different. Maybe the pets are faithful or loyalty, but you can you know, you can reach some dreams together with your family. And the most important things is about I'm sad about making love with your wife. You know, you can kiss her, have a nice relationship, a, stick with her alone, you know. So talk with her because you're when your dog, maybe you can talk with her with your dog, you know. The dog only your dog or your pet say all she or eat sorry is are very, you know, you can or have to give in order. You can give in order to your
Okay.
pet, or you can give in order to your wife, you know.
Okay, very good. Oh my God. Santos, what do you think about the answer of your partner?
I agree with you. You win. I love
You
I love
convinced
I love to my
him.
doctor. I love to my doctor. I prefer living with my family.
Very good. You combine this man. Very good, Christian, for you. Okay, I'm going to do our next verses with Carlos and Daniela. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Ready for your verses? Okay, you're going to discuss about which is better, living with friends or living alone. What are you going to choose? Danny, what do you want to defend? Living with friends or living alone?
I prefer living alone.
Okay, Carlos, so you're going to defend your position that you're going to say why it's better to live with friends, okay? You're going to defend your position because it's better to live with friends because of this and because of that, and say what advantages do you have when you live with your friends, and try to convince Daniela why is it better to live with friends than living alone. And Danny, you have to convince your partner about it's better to live alone, okay?
Okay,
Who's
teacher.
going to start?
Teacher, I prefer to be uh, a friends because, for example, Christians say when you have your family or your wife, your children or your kids, you can see the grow up. For example, when he was when I was alone and when I was my first kids, it was amazing experience in my life because sometimes when you enjoy your life, for example, when you are in some party, you sometimes you forget your family because you have to with your friends, but in your mind and your heart, you maybe you could be alone in your song. How do you say alma
Soul.
or
Soul.
soul?
I'm going to write it. Soul.
Soul,
Yes.
soul, yes,
No, sorry. Soul. Soul.
yeah, soul.
Yes.
Sometimes in your soul you feel soul because you don't have anything in your soul, and when you know your love or other people lie, and you I think you feel the other people think you have to do your kids in your future. For example, Christians say you can see your children or your, for example, your daughter and your son go to the school. It's amazing experience. It's amazing experience when you have your son or your or other example, when you go you very old, maybe you finish your life, one pet or one animal don't protect, never.
Okay, I know what do you want to mean. Okay.
This is the reason. This is the reason. For example, you have to do children in your life for your future life. When you finish, you die. When you go to the die, for example, you have the sin. You have to do something. Forget. You have sin, enfermedad. Sick.
Okay, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You have to.
But Carlos, let's focus on the answer of, you think it's better to live with friends, and Danny thinks it's better to live alone. So you're going to give your reasons, and you're going to defend your position about, no, it's better for me to live with friends for these reasons, because they take care of you, and if you're alone, if you get sick or you get some illnesses, you can count on your friends to end. Instead, when you live alone, you don't have people to greet every morning. So it's to discuss the difference between living with friends and living alone. Danny, what do you think about this?
Okay, I prefer stay alone, because
Why?
I don't know, living alone is I think is better, because you can do what you want always, and nobody can
Yes.
intervene in your life, your decisions, that may you be yourself. You can be more focused on yourself, your important things, such as studying, work, getting to know yourself more, exploring the world. I don't know, other things. There would not be any kind of attachment with people. You would have more privacy, would be more independent to do things. Although I also think that being with people is good, because you need someone to support you sometimes. I don't know. This is my idea. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Christian put the
I disagree. I don't know.
Okay.
It's very. Why do you disagree? Hey.
How do you say respetable?
Yes, respectful. Yes, it's his opinion.
Okay.
It's his
I
opinion.
respect your opinion.
But we are just defending a position, not our way of thinking. Yes. Okay. Yes, I know. We know you're just kidding. We know, Christian.
I understand.
Okay. Very good. I'm going to ask you this question for you. Among you four, you're going to discuss this. It's this. Okay. This question is for you all. You have to discuss about this question, you all. So the question is, how complex can be to live with other people? Is it complex to live with other people? What are your opinions? How complex can be to live with other person, or to live with other 2 or 3 or 4 people in your house? Be these relationships.
What
Yeah,
is complex? Is like a difficult?
it depends. It depends of
Okay,
the
okay. Who's going to start? Okay.
it
Well,
depends
I have a question.
of the habits. It
The
depends
word
of the habits.
Okay,
complex.
who is going to talk the first in first place?
Okay, me. I only
Danny?
have a
Okay, you're
question.
going to
I
be
have
the
a
first,
question.
and then Santos. Okay.
No, I only have a question. What is complex? Is
Uh-huh.
like difficult?
Complejo.
Okay, yeah, no more.
So when I
You
say
can
how
start,
complex
Santos.
is, qué tan complejo puede ser, how complex can be, puede ser, to live with other people.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I understood.
Okay, very good. You don't have anything. Okay, very good. So think about this. How complex is to live with other people, or to live with your family, or to live with your wife, with your children, or to live with friends? If you are a student in another city and you have to share your apartment, or share your house with other people, with friends, with other students, how complex can be to live with other people?
This is my case, teacher.
Okay, Carlos, you're going to be the first. Let's see, what do you think
For
about it?
example, I am married for 7 years.
6 years? Okay.
Seven years.
Oh, 7 years.
I all the time I listen. Don't try to understand your wife. Only love.
Oh my God. Okay. Very good. I agree. I agree. Don't try to change the others. More than understand them is that we always want to change the other person, want to change their habits, want to change, we all the time want to change his or her personality. And that causes problems sometimes. Okay, Christian says, oh my God, it's true. Yes, don't fight with your wife. Just love your wife. Okay, very good. But how complex can be to live with other people? For example, if you live with people, when you share your apartment with other people, or when you live with your family, with your uncle or with your cousins, is it complex to live with other people, or it's very easy to live with other people for you?
No, teacher.
It's not very easy to live with other people. It's complex.
Yes, it's complex
Why?
because you have to know the other person, about his tempers, about their their qualities, even uh, and the other, how I forgot, how can I say that, disadvantage, on the disadvantage about the other person, disadvantage,
Advantages. I'm
disadvantage,
going
no,
to write it. Advantages and disadvantages.
disadvantages,
Okay.
yeah. It's hard because you have the you know and some people are very different because they have different
Yeah.
personalities, and you can
Yes.
stand them, you have to stand them, and you, maybe for my experience, you have to die in some, with the other person, if you want to be a good relationship with your wife, or the other person. Maybe you have to die about you, and you have to give the other opportunity for the other person, and maybe it's very important, it's very, very important in a relationship, is maybe when you have a dialogue, you can dialogue, or you can make some nice conversation with the other person, and you can trust with the other one, maybe because it's so hard to trust with the other person. So maybe you have a need to need you they need to have an eye dialogue. You maybe mm, is very understandable. You know, you need to be
Mhm.
understandable, and so it's hard. I think it's very hard. For me, my experiences
Yes.
is 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 hard.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that living with other people, it don't it doesn't depend on if they are family or friends. To live with other people, it's something complex because you have to put on the table all the advantages and disadvantages, or all the personality of other people is very different from yours, and you have to discuss some things, and you have to agree on all on the things. For example, when you talk with your partners or with your family about cleaning the house, about tiny, if you have your place, if you are an organized person and the other people is not very organized, they aren't very tidy, you almost, I don't know, it's very complex to to get on the right relationship with others. If you collaborate each other, I think you have to take into account many things to understand or to make a good living in a house. Okay, what about you, Danny and Santos? Is it complex to
Um,
live with other people?
and I think most times it's difficult because we all have different ways of thinking about
Yes.
acting. That's when we disagree and difference are present. Discussions. You have to have more tolerance. Is the word tolerance, and it's
Yes.
difficult to live with people in some cases. But as everything has its advantages and disadvantages. I mean that is you
Yes.
learn from the good or bad of the people. You are with
Mhm.
that helps you grow as a person. I think that is my opinion. Yes.
That's very good, and that's a very good point. When you live with other people, you grow as a person. Yes, that's
Yes.
very nice.
Is
Santos. Yeah,
how do you
sorry,
say
sorry, Danny,
aprendizaje?
continue. You're learning.
Yes. Okay. Your name. Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Interesting. Santos, what do you think about it?
In many occasions is complex, but
Mm-hmm.
is is more complex to live alone. For me, for my opinion, I think is sad to be alone.
Yes.
But
And
uh,
what is the, yes?
when we are different peoples, it's complex because it depends when I go to sleep and the other person want drink or or to do noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's me pone furioso, que diría en español.
Gets me angry.
It's me angry.
Okay. Yes, very good. So you have to discuss and negotiate many things.
Yes.
Okay, I have some verbs that maybe would be useful for you. For example, when you say that person gets on my nerves, when you say maybe negative verbs that you can use to describe situations, when someone gets on your nerves, it means te saca como de quicio, gets on my nerves. Or maybe when people gossip. Do you know what is gossip?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to write it. So, gossip is chismosear.
It's
So
the
when people
first
in your
time.
house maybe go, okay, that's a new verb today for you. That's gossip, chismosear, hablar de los demás is to gossip. When people in your house maybe gossip about
My,
each other.
my
And
neighbors are gossip.
yes, gossip people. Neighbors gossip all the time. Yes, Christian, I can't stand them. Yes, gossip people is everywhere. Okay, very good. Okay, so my other question for you. Hey, so could you describe how's your ideal partner like? Or how do you like men, Danny? Or how do you like women, Santos, Christian, and Carlos? Could you describe me your ideal partner? How is she or how is he like in physically, in appearance, and in personality? So every one of us have dream about our ideal partner. So how do you like men and or how do you like women for you?
Teacher, I think the people you never find perfect
Mhm.
people.
Yes.
You never find perfect people
Yes.
because physically you have to do something perfect and physical, but for inside is very bad.
Mhm.
But don't have
Difficult.
yes
But how do you like women?
normal.
¿Cómo te gustan? ¿Cómo te gustan las mujeres, Carlos? Can you describe a woman that you like in physically and in personality? How do you like women?
Normal, teacher. No,
But what is normal?
how do you say voluptuosas? Normal.
Okay. You say beautiful women
No, not
with
beautiful.
a beautiful body.
Beautiful, but
Oh
yes,
my God.
everybody want beautiful woman. But
Yes, but what's your conception or what adjectives can you use to describe a beautiful woman? Because beautiful woman can be different for you, for Christian, for Santos. What is your
my
conception about beauty?
my beautiful woman is a smart woman.
Sorry?
My perfect woman or my perfect wife
Yes.
is a smart woman.
Is a
Or
smart woman. Very
yeah,
good. And about personality, how do you like women in personality?
honest, no
Remember,
workaholic.
honest?
Yes, very honest and low.
Sin la J, sin la J. Es de O, a partir de la O, es de honest.
Honest,
Very good, honest.
no workaholic, but
Okay.
no workaholic, but she likes to go work and try to grow up. She like I like I like that she like study because I like study, and my wife
So you, very good.
other physical, not physical, characteristics.
Yes.
For example,
Characteristics or features.
she like fiel. How do you say fiel?
How do you say what? Sorry?
Fiel?
Friendly, maybe?
Fairly, yes. No more.
Or reliable. Or are you meaning reliable? So when you say reliable, confiable?
Reliable.
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 Yes, reliable.
I try to say that
You can
word.
use, yes, okay, thank you. You can use other adjectives for personality, like loving, sweet, affectionate, compassionate, sympathetic, resourceful, reliable, confident,
Reliable,
extrovert.
confident. This is the idea. Reliable, honest, honey, sweet, candy.
Sweet like candy is very good, or a loving person, or a considerate person. Okay, very good. Okay, what about you, Santos? How is your ideal woman? Sorry.
My I prefer that woman is 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 smaller than me,
Yes, of course.
and that she's slim,
Mhm.
and her hair is blonde.
Mhm.
Uh, it's opposite to me. I I am and
Okay.
physically and your
The
in
personality.
the personality. I prefer that she is shy.
Mhm.
I don't like the woman that spoke too. I prefer that woman is lovable, lovable with me and kind, and
Uh-huh.
that loyalty is very important. The loyalty.
Okay. For you, it's very important that your woman has to be loyal. Very good. Okay. Interesting, Christian. What do you say? How is your ideal woman?
Okay, teacher, I'm agree about Carlos about the perfect woman 2006, but you know, I prefer white. You know, physical. If we are talking about physical, I liked in this moment. I like it. Blonder with white skin. I didn't like a. I know I don't want to be. How can I say that? I don't want to be.
Don't worry, don't worry. We are not
They don't
judging
like the
you.
black. They don't like a black woman. I don't want to be. How can I say that in English? Um,
What?
that they don't like black person.
Okay, very good.
Racist. I don't want to be a racist. You know, but
Okay, okay.
yeah. But in physical, I like that. Even my ex girlfriends, it was blonde and white. White skin. But to be honest, it's not about physical. It's something about that Carlos said is sign of the person. Is when the personality of the people. For example, my wife, she cultivated me.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's so different about me. Because I'm very shy. I don't, and she's very happy. She's very outgoing. I'm very quiet. So she's very different on me. For the reason, even I like her because she's very smart. I like smart girls. Because maybe some women are beautiful outside, but inside they are very dumb. They don't have very interesting things to talk. So
Yum.
yeah, and that's it. I think it's more important about the heart, about the feeling. The person is very honest, faithful, talkative because you can talk with that person. and that's it. I think it's more important that for that reason my wife cultivated me.
Very nice. You just have to recover your place in your bed.
Yes.
Very good. Well done. Okay, Danny, how is your ideal man?
Okay, my ideal man, I think a man that catch my attention. Physically is taller than me, not so thin or as fat as middle term, with the pure organized, physically clean and organized. On the other hand, on the other hand, it also
On the
causes me
other
the
hand,
attention is the how do you say positivismo? I don't know, I forgot the word.
it's a positive
Yes, the
thinker.
positive thinker and the attitude that confronts life is interesting for me to be intelligent, serious, responsible, focus on your things that you want to get ahead, move that is not in your area of comfort. Yes, this the idea for my the ideal main.
Ideal, yes. Okay, very interesting, guys. Excellent. Okay, let's finish with the last activity. Okay, I send you via chat a link, okay, about vocabulary. Go and revise that page to see how many positive adjectives can we use to describe a person, because when we talk about complexity of relationships, we can say what do you like and why do you don't like about other people. But in this final part of the class, we're going to talk about someone we admire. Maybe a famous person, maybe a person in your family, maybe your mother, maybe your father, your grandfather, or your grandmother, and you're going to talk about this person you admire, telling to the group why or what are the reasons you admire that person. Okay, you can use maybe a famous person. For example, if I'm going to say, oh, I admire Nairo Quintana because he is very strong, because I like the way he practices sport. I like when he wins his careers or his races, and it's a very honest person. I think it's very humble, and humble, it's another word that maybe you can use. Humble is in Spanish humilde. So I like this Nairo Quintana because he is very humble. Very important to be humble. And I think this person can be very loving person. I don't know Nairo Quintana, but I think he is very affectionate and he is ambitious. And you know, to be ambitious is for me a good thing, because if you're ambitious, you can achieve your goals. And I think he is good to achieving his goals. So I think that he is a very sharp person, but I is very high because he's concentrated in his goals, in his sport, and achieve this in goals. So, but I think he's a very, I admire that person, and it's an example. So think about a person you really admire. Think about maybe a relative, maybe in your family, maybe a famous person, and tell me, why do you admire this person? Who's going to start? You can choose maybe Shakira or Juanes or Manuel Elkin Patarroyo, or you know, or Nairo Quintana, or I don't know. You can, or maybe your mother, maybe your father, maybe your son, your children, maybe you admire your children, and you can say all those positive things about that person. So if you look in the link I sent you about vocabulary, you will find many other adjectives to describe people, positive ones, and you can maybe widen your vocabulary and use this vocabulary to describe the people you admire. So, who is going to? Yes, his mentality is very strong, says Santos, for example. Yes, his mentality and his body is very strong because they ride their bikes hours and hours a day.
And
Okay,
for example,
who is ready? Who is ready to talk about which person do you admire and why?
I admire, for example, teacher, I admire, for example, Teresa Calcutta.
Ah, yes. Why do you admire her?
She was very dedicated for the poor people around the world, exactly in Africa, India, I know, and she believes in God. I don't have a word for to express to do to think about the she does a lot of things when she was live.
Okay,
But I know I listen sometimes. She was very a woman dedicated for the people and help people don't have anything and don't have something for food. I don't know.
Maybe when you talk about Madre Teresa de Calcutta, you can say she was compassionate. She was considerate. She was very sympathetic. And you can look for the definitions of these adjectives on the link I sent you about vocabulary. So she was sympathetic. She was very resourceful, recursiva, when you say resourceful, and empathetic, and reliable, sincere, passionate, very good. Yes, frank, practical. Okay, very good. Okay, Madre Teresa de Calcutta. Good.
Sensible.
Sensible is another one. Yes. You can search for these adjectives on that list. Could be, and there are many other lists with positive adjectives. Okay, very good. Who's next? To finish our encounter, let's go and finish with this person you have.
I am.
Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot. So please, Danny and Christian, put your cameras on in order I can take my screenshot for the evidence of this encounter, please. Danny and Christian, please. Can you set your cameras on? Because I have to take a screenshot. Tengo que tomar un pantallazo, but you are not with your cameras on. So please, yes, thank you, Danny. Can you please, Christian, turn your camera on? Thank you. I'm going to make the screenshot right now. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Now you can turn off your cameras if you want. Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, who's going to be next? Santos, you have your microphone on.
Okay.
Tell me
Teacher.
what person you admire.
Teacher, really, I would say the most important people in the history is Jesus Christ.
Oh my
For me,
God, very good. Why? Why do you admire him?
for many things in his personality,
Yes,
and
tell me some of them.
the thing most important is that he died for us. He,
Uh-huh.
can I read
The list. So
of the
please
list?
read the list. Yes, of course.
I would say that is the person affectionate, is the person compassionate, courageous,
Courageous.
courageous
Courageous.
for the moment of the day
Yes.
was very courageous, most courageous. And I would say this was a person frank, generous,
Yes.
generous. Uh, I would say passionate, passionate in his way to to tell us the way of life, the truth,
Very
persistent,
good.
philosophical, very philosophical. It's so many reasons for admirar, for
To admire him.
to admire,
Admire.
admire,
Yes.
for him.
Okay, so Santos, you stole the person that Christian had. Okay, so Christian, maybe you admire another person different from Jesus?
Christian.
Yes, teacher. Okay, no worry, Santos. Okay, so yes, there's someone else. You know, my mother. I admire my
Okay.
mother for many reasons. You know, first of all, because I admire her a lot, because she was very, you know, she was very brave. You know,
Brave.
she supports a lot of things. She was very persistent about my dad because I saw my mom support a lot of things about my father because my father hurt her a lot, and stayed with him because only for us to grow up, and she always support me to do a for example, the reason I know English is for her because she paid my course of English, and my even my career. You know, my dad, I didn't have a good relationship with my dad, but in this moment I have it, for the reason she's not, my mother is not in this moment. She's alive, but she's living in Spain, and you know, and they are divorced. For the reason I admire her because she's the she crewed me very well, with good values. You know, I am the person that in this moment for her, and for the reason I love her so much and admire her for everything that she did with us.
How many do you have, brothers or sisters? Sorry.
Yes, you know, my oldest brother and older my sister. I have a older and my sister. Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. You admire good people. Very good. I was worried about I admire Hitler or something. I say, oh, what I'm going to say if someone talks about bad people and they admire other people. But you admire good people, all of you. What about you, The last one. Yes, Danny?
Okay. I'm going to talk about Demi Lovato. Is an American singer. She is 26 years old. She has gone through many things in her life. When she was a child, suffering from bullying, anorexia, humillada, humiliated a lot by her body, has suffered from bipolarity. Because of that, she has had to get ahead, and she has been very strong. I think she's very brave, talent. She's beautiful inside and out. She is an example to follow because currently she motivates about yourself, and she has to love being valued as she's generous, and she likes to help other people, and she's cheerful and fun, and she likes being acting, experiencing different things, and she lives her life in her own way. She doesn't let anyone interfere. And finally, I think she has a wonderful voice. I love it, her voice.
Okay, very good. Interesting. Mothers, famous people,
Yes.
and religious. Okay, that's very good. Okay, in the chat, you're talking about EPA Colombia, and I don't know what is it. What is it? What is it, EPA Colombia? YouTuber?
What is he?
I'm reading the chat, and they say Santos says, I admire EPA Colombia, the most important YouTuber. But Carlos say, what happened with you, Santos? She's crazy people, but I don't know who are you talking about. Can you tell me who is EPA Colombia, a YouTuber, or what are you talking about?
Someone, do you help me?
Santos, but you wrote, I admire EPA Colombia. Tell me, what is EPA Colombia, Santos?
In Spanish. Imposible, tutora, que usted no conozca a esa loca que es tan famosa.
No, la verdad es que no, por eso les pregunto. That's why I'm asking for it. What is EPA Colombia? Oh my God, you sent the link. Okay, I'm going to watch it. Okay.
Es una loca que se hizo famosa en el mundial por cantar una canción ahí toda horrible sobre Colombia y es súper guisa. Y es famosa porque es la guisa, la reina de las guisas en Colombia.
What is a guisa?
Guisa es la palabra que usan la gente del interior como para decir que como la gente más boletosa o que hacen el oso o que no tienen vergüenza, diría yo.
Oh my God, I'm going to check the link. Okay. So please, they are crazy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, we have finished our second encounter, but I'm going to tell you something. For our next week, we will have some homework. And that homework, I'm going to write to your emails to leave a homework that we're going to work on our next encounter. I'm going to leave you some reading, and then in our next encounter, we will have to answer some questions about the reading. Okay, I will send you the reading, the link to the reading via Skype and via email, and you have to read this article because next class I'm going to ask you about the reading. Okay. Okay, did you understand? Okay, Santos says okay, very good. Danny? Okay, I hope the link. So as always.
Okay. Can you repeat, please? I don't understand.
Yes, Danny. Well, for our next encounter next week, you will have a homework tendrán una tarea. You will have a homework. That homework consists in a reading. So I'm going to send you the reading via Skype and via email. So you have to read. And then in our next encounter, I'm going to ask you some questions about that reading.
Okay, understand. Is read the document for the next class is discussing this about this topic. Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
but yes, the reading, I'm going to ask you some questions about that reading I'm going to send you. But next class, we're going to work on Unit 3. Remember your ebooks? Well, in your ebook, Unit 3, it's about house and home. So prepare your lesson number 3. Prepare your unit number 3. Go to the ebook and read about the vocabulary we are going to use on our next encounter. And it is about house and home, okay? In your ebook, Unit 3 or Lesson 3. No, I think it's Unit 3. So it's about house and home. And then the other part of the class, of our next class, we're going to have this reading exercise about questions about this reading, okay? So yes, I recommend you the ebook, says Christian. Yes, go to the ebook. Do the exercises the ebook has. Do all the activities. The ebook, in the ebook, there are many good exercises and there are many good activities for you. Please do it. Go through Unit 1 and Unit 2, and you're going to, you can revise in your ebook the topics we have talked about on this week. For example, if you can revise in your ebook about the vocabulary about parties and all the things you can do in a party, about food, about drinks, and all the things we talked about in our first encounter. And about this Unit 2, about relationships, there are many activities, there are many exercises, there are lots of more vocabulary that you can go and work on. And for our next class, it's about house and home. Please work on the vocabulary, work on the exercise, work on the activities the ebook has for you. Okay?
Okay,
Very
teacher.
good. Okay, very good. So we have finished our second encounter. So I wish you a very good weekend. Please have a nice weekend with your families. Have a nice weekend with the people you love, and think about this kind of relationships and the adjectives you can use to describe people. And please put on practice all these things we have learned today. Okay? Yes, Santos, see you on the next Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday. Bye.
Very good.
Have a
Goodbye.
nice weekend.
See you. You too.